Have you ever heard of a living fossil? If not, let me explain. Living fossils are rare creatures that look almost identical to ancient organisms once believed to be extinct. There are actually quite a few living fossils still around today, and some of them are truly terrifying. Here are the 15 most astonishing living fossils in the world. Number 15. Purple frog. The purple frog is considered an incredible living fossil. This unusual-looking specimen was discovered as recently as 2003. It is described as a natural living fossil that can still be found today. The frog has researchers intrigued, as they describe it as being a bloated donut with stubby legs and a pointy snout. The animal itself looks bizarre with its short limbs and dark purple to grayish color. It is smaller than common frogs, measuring just 7 centimeters long at maturity. The purple frog has short and muscular forelimbs with hard palms. This allows it to burrow underground, which is helpful, considering their chosen habitat. These species of frog live in damp, aerated soil areas with good canopy cover, and are commonly found at low elevation sites around 1,000 meters above sea level. This wet environment is ideal for this type of frog, as it emerges from its underground burrow during monsoon season to feast on small invertebrates, primarily termites. When it emerges to breed, it lays eggs in small, shaded rocky pools, or in the bedrock of torrential streams. When you're out on a walk, you may even hear its cry, which has been compared to that of a chicken. Unfortunately, these animals are endangered, with only 135 individuals of this species known. Only 3 of these are believed to be female, so things aren't looking good for population growth. Number 14. Sandhill Crane. The Sandhill Crane is considered one of the most incredible living fossils in the world. They are amongst the oldest living birds on the planet and can weigh up to 5.2 kilograms. These cranes are part of a species of large crane that are found throughout northern America and up to northeastern Siberia, covering a large area. The bird's name refers to the area that it's commonly known to inhabit, the Platte River on the edge of Nebraska's sandhills on the American plains. Fossils of this breed have been found throughout northeast Nebraska, with researchers and scientists estimating the bones to be about 2.5 million years old. These birds migrate between wintering grounds in the south and breeding grounds in the north. This is a route they've been taking for thousands, if not millions of years, so they're clearly creatures of habit. Between April and May, the sandhills form their nests in bogs, marshes, swales, or heavily planted areas. They lay between 1 and 3 eggs each, which they protect and keep warm until they hatch. The link between sandhill cranes and the Platte River is believed to date right back to the river's origin up to 12,000 years ago. This period of time followed the end of the last known ice age. The sandhill crane population in this area is said to be more than 650,000. The idea of that many birds in one place is the stuff of nightmares, wouldn't you say? Number 13. Komodo Dragon. Komodo dragons are the largest extant lizard species on Earth. These incredible living fossils are a monitor lizard and part of the Varanidae family. Although they are a decent size, the Komodo is considered very vulnerable. Males can grow to a huge 91 kilograms, and females 73 kilograms. They also reach incredible lengths. Some males have been measured up to 2.6 meters, and females can grow up to 2.3 meters. The Komodo dragon inhabits Komodo Island and a few neighboring islands of the Lesser Sunda Islands of Indonesia. Even though the massive living fossil dragons are considered very interesting and widely known, there is a lot of research yet to be completed. Many facts surrounding their natural history are still missing. These large reptiles have been studied for many years, with researchers saying that there is evidence the dragon evolved from areas of Australia, Timor, Flores, Java, and India. It is believed that they adapted to the environment and then dispersed westward into Indonesia. These dragons are also carnivores. They have been labeled fierce hunters and can eat very large prey, including water buffalo, deer, carrion, pigs, and even humans. Worse still, they've even been known to eat each other. This endangered species is an ecotourist attraction, and although they are protected, we're pretty sure they're more than capable of protecting themselves. Number 12. The Red Panda. You might be wondering why such a cute wee character could even be considered an incredible living fossil. I know that I sure was. The red panda is believed to be a living fossil, as it is the only distant relative of the giant panda. With this in mind, it is naturally more closely related to the other members of the superfamily in which it belongs. It is, however, considerably smaller than its counterpart, although that wouldn't be hard. In 2000, scientists uncovered 2 red panda fossils in a dig site near Johnson City, known as the Gray Fossil Site. Here they found a lower jawbone from the red panda species. This confirms that the panda would have been living in a habitat around the area. The fossil was discovered just off the main highway and is estimated to be between 4 to 7 million years old. The red panda is native to the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China area. They can grow between 3.7 and 6.2 kilograms. They are obligate bamboo eaters, but they also forage for other things to eat, such as grasses, fruits, insects, and grubs. They have also been known to occasionally kill and eat small birds and mammals. Unfortunately, this cute little animal is listed as endangered because the wild population is estimated to be fewer than 10,000 mature individuals. This number continues to decline due to habitat loss and fragmentation, poaching, and inbreeding depression. Suffice to say, these animals are likely to become extinct soon. Number 11. Pig-nosed turtle. Pig-nosed turtles have been wandering our Earth since the late Cretaceous period. With just over 600 pig-nosed turtles left in the world, they inhabit regions that include rivers, estuaries, lagoons, lakes, swamps, and pools. They are found in northern Australia, Irian Jaya, and southern New Guinea. This strange turtle has apparently inhabited these areas for over 76 million years. Predominantly freshwater, they have the same flippers as the sea dweller and can grow to a length of 22 inches and weigh upwards of 50 pounds. Not surprisingly, they got their name because of their pig-like nose structure, which protrudes from their face. The pig-nosed turtle has gray to olive-green skin and is a light cream shade underneath. Nails are easy to identify as they have larger, thick tails. These turtles live for around 18 years, and when reproducing, they lay their eggs in nests dug into sandbars that become exposed during the spring and summer. The eggs, however, are not fully developed and capable of hatching until the wet seasons. The omnivorous animal prefers to eat plants but will eat meat if necessary. Now it's time for today's topic. In a remote river deep within Papua New Guinea, a group of fishermen made a discovery that has left scientists and locals in awe: a terrifyingly massive crocodile that appears to be a living fossil from prehistoric times. The creature, caught on camera by the fishermen, is unlike any crocodile seen before. The crocodile's size is staggering, estimated to be over 30 feet long, with a body covered in thick, jagged scales that resemble ancient armor. Its head is massive, with teeth so large and sharp they seem designed to crush anything in its path. The fishermen, initially terrified, described the creature as something out of a nightmare. Experts who reviewed the footage believe this could be a relic of a prehistoric species, possibly a descendant of Deinosuchus, a giant crocodilian that lived millions of years ago. This is the most incredible living fossil we've ever encountered, one paleontologist stated. The discovery has sparked global fascination and fear, with many wondering how such a creature could have remained hidden for so long. For now, the massive crocodile remains a mystery, a chilling reminder of the ancient predators that once ruled the earth and may still lurk in its most remote corners. Number 10. Alligator snapping turtle. Alligators are large predators that are almost prehistoric. Turtles also share some of the same qualities, including their greenish coloring and rough exterior. But did you know that there's a living fossil that is a mixture of both? I had never heard of it, but the alligator snapping turtle exists. It is best described as a dinosaur-like creature, and this alone makes it sound like it belongs in a history book. They are very much still inhabiting the earth, however, with a huge alligator snapping turtle moved to a new home in June 2020. The enormous beast weighed 65 pounds. These turtles are like no other. They have spiky shells, primitive-looking faces, and have pointed ridges that run along their shells. Their eyes sit on either side of their heads. These allow them to spot prey from the side and latch onto anything that gets a little bit too close. One of the largest species of freshwater turtle, males can weigh between 155 and 175 pounds, but there have been some instances where they are much larger, like the 400-pound alligator snapping turtle that was caught in Kansas in 1937. That would not have been an easy catch, considering that is heavier than most humans. If the rumors are true, it must have been one seriously big turtle. Number 9. Aardvark. The aardvark is a medium-sized, burrowing, nocturnal native mammal of Africa. It is considered one of the most incredible living fossils on Earth and is the only living species of tubule and dentata. These 130-centimeter-long creatures are currently distributed all over sub-Saharan Africa, but the fossil record extends their living habitat range into Europe and Asia. The aardvark is a species of insectivore, which means it mainly feeds off insects. With its rabbit-like ears and kangaroo-style tail, the aardvark looks like a patchwork of different animals stitched together. Its thick skin protects it from insect bites, and it can close its nostrils to keep out dust and ants while digging. Aardvarks are expert excavators, able to dig a tunnel faster than several men with shovels, and their burrows can be up to 13 meters long. At night, they emerge from their underground homes to wander for miles in search of food, guided by an extraordinary sense of smell. Their long, sticky tongues can reach up to 30 centimeters, perfect for slurping up thousands of ants and termites in a single night. Sometimes, aardvarks will raid termite mounds so thoroughly that the structures collapse behind them. Their burrows provide shelter not just for themselves, but for many other animals, including warthogs, porcupines, and even owls. Despite their solitary nature, aardvarks play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of their ecosystem. It has a long, pig-like snout, which it uses to sniff out insects and other things that it can feast upon. Commonly found roaming over the southern two-thirds of the African continent, the aardvark avoids areas that are rocky, as it struggles to maneuver its short body through the rugged terrain. Fasting on insects like ants and termites, the aardvark is a natural feeder. This limits predators as, unfortunately, it doesn't have many defense mechanisms. This living fossil digs through the soil of the hills using its sharp claws and powerful legs, creating burrows that it lives in and rears its young. This animal's population seems to be decreasing as years progress. However, its decline is not listed as concerning just yet. Number 8. Elephant shrews. The next incredible living fossil species on our list may just be one of the cutest living animals on the planet. The elephant shrew is a small, quadrupedal, insectivorous mammal which strongly resembles a small rodent or possum. It has a scaly tail, elongated snout, and long legs. Its body is designed perfectly for hunting bugs and digging around the dry habitat that it lives in. Despite their name, elephant shrews are not actually shrews, nor are they closely related to elephants, but their flexible, trunk-like noses do give them a whimsical resemblance to their giant namesakes. These tiny mammals are masters of camouflage, blending seamlessly into the leaf litter and rocky crevices of their environment. When threatened, they can leap several times their own body length in a single bound, zigzagging through the undergrowth to escape danger. Elephant shrews are also known for creating intricate networks of cleared pathways, which they use as high-speed highways to dash between hiding spots. Their large, dark eyes help them spot insects and predators even in low light, making them effective hunters at dawn and dusk. Some species mate for life, forming monogamous pairs that defend their territory together. Their nests are often hidden beneath dense vegetation or rocks, providing shelter from both the scorching sun and hungry predators. The elephant shrew's quirky appearance and secretive habits have made it a favorite among wildlife photographers and researchers alike. Found across southern Africa, these little creatures live in deserts, forests, and dry, rocky areas from the Namib Desert down to South Africa. To catch their prey and to avoid predators, these animals can move very fast for their size. They are decisive movers, gaining speeds of around 28.8 kilometers an hour. By being cautious and knowing their escape routes, they are able to be quite evasive, but unfortunately, this makes them hard for scientists to study. The history of elephant shrews dates back to the late Eocene time, which was around 40 million years ago. This fact alone makes for a lengthy evolutionary timeline for scientists to research and discover. A living fossil is an organism that has essentially remained unchanged from earlier geological times. Also, one that's close relations are usually extinct. Number 7. Nautilus. The nautilus is a pelagic marine mollusk which is part of the cephalopod family. This animal is truly an interesting living fossil. The nautilus comes from the superfamily Nautilaceae and of its smaller but near-equal suborder. It is one of 6 living species of this type of animal. With their mesmerizing, chambered shells, nautiluses have been gliding through the oceans since the time of the dinosaurs. They use jet propulsion to move, squirting water out of a siphon to navigate the dark depths with surprising agility. Unlike their cephalopod cousins, nautiluses have poor eyesight but make up for it with a keen sense of smell, helping them locate prey in the inky blackness. At night, they rise closer to the surface to hunt for shrimp, crabs, and small fish, then retreat to the safety of the deep by day. Nautiluses can live for up to 20 years, a remarkable lifespan for a cephalopod, and they grow new chambers in their shells as they age. Their tentacles, numbering up to 90, are sticky and grooved, perfect for grabbing slippery prey. The nautilus's slow, graceful movements have inspired legends and myths among seafaring cultures for centuries. Sadly, their beautiful shells have made them targets for collectors, putting even more pressure on their dwindling populations. It is native and found only in the Indo-Pacific Ocean. They create their habitats in the deep slopes of coral reefs and usually inhabit areas at depths of over several hundred meters, so you won't come across them when you're out for a casual swim. These living fossils are considered endangered, as only around 3,000 individuals are said to remain. Their shells are highly regarded and sought after. The nautilus are distantly related to animals such as squid and octopus. Their shells have inspired many artists, with their curves and coloration. They are considered among the finest natural examples of a logarithmic spiral or the golden ratio. The fossils of nautiluses are easier to come by as opposed to any other cephalopods. Researchers, scientists, and other hunters have been discovering these ancient shells for years, some of which date back 500 million years. Imagine what the world would have been like that long ago. Number 6. Platypus. The oldest platypus fossils come from 61-million-year-old rocks in southern South America. These cheeky duck-like characters are incredibly unique and believed to have a lifespan of up to 17 years. They have a streamlined body with a built and broad, flat tail. The platypus has short limbs with webbed feet, dense brown to reddish fur with silver underfur, perfect for life in the water. With their odd combination of a duck's bill, a beaver's tail, and an otter's feet, early European naturalists thought the first platypus specimen sent to England was an elaborate hoax. Male platypuses are even more unusual. They have venomous spurs on their hind legs, capable of delivering a painful sting to rivals or predators. At night, these shy creatures hunt by closing their eyes, ears, and nostrils, relying entirely on electroreceptors in their bills to detect the faint electric fields of their prey. Platypus mothers lay eggs, a rare trait among mammals, and then nurse their young by secreting milk through pores in their skin, as they have no nipples. Their burrows can be surprisingly complex, with winding tunnels and hidden chambers to keep their eggs and young safe from predators. Despite their comical appearance, platypuses are agile swimmers, using their webbed front feet to paddle and their back feet and tail to steer. They spend hours each day foraging underwater, storing food in their cheek pouches before surfacing to eat. The platypus is so iconic in Australia that it appears on the country's 20-cent coin. They are not a common animal and only found in a small area of the world. The platypus creates its habitat in freshwater areas that flow throughout the islands of eastern Australia and Tasmania. A jawbone was unearthed in Australia and was believed to be 100 million years old. The jawbone suggests that the platypus may have evolved more slowly than any other mammal. Platypuses are carnivores, feeding on worms, insects, freshwater shrimp, and freshwater crayfish. It uses cheek pouches to carry prey to the surface, where they are then devoured. The current population of platypus in Australia is estimated to be between 30,000 and 300,000 individuals. An accurate confirmation of numbers is difficult because they are extremely difficult to locate. Number 5. Hagfish. The hagfish can be found in the Pacific Ocean near the ocean floor. This fish is of the class Myxini, which are eel-shaped, slime-producing marine fish. The bodies of these jawless fish resemble early Paleozoic fish. They are the only known living animal that has in fact got a skull but no connected vertebral column. When threatened, a hagfish can instantly turn the surrounding water into a gooey mess, clogging the gills of would-be predators and making a quick escape. Some fishermen have even opened their nets to find their catch coated in thick, sticky slime, a testament to the hagfish's legendary defense. Despite their unappealing appearance, hagfish play a vital role in the ecosystem by cleaning up dead and decaying animals on the ocean floor. Their flexible, boneless bodies allow them to tie themselves into knots, which helps them scrape off excess slime or gain leverage when feeding. In some cultures, hagfish skin is dried and used to make eel leather, a surprisingly durable material for wallets and belts. The hagfish's feeding habits are not for the faint of heart. They burrow into carcasses and eat from the inside out. Scientists are fascinated by their unique immune systems, which may hold clues for medical research. These ancient creatures have survived unchanged for millions of years, outlasting many of their more glamorous relatives. This animal does have a vertebrae and are said to be able to excrete a large amount of slime-like liquid to protect itself from its many predators. Paleontologists at the University of Chicago have discovered detailed fossils of the hagfish from the ocean floor. This find has confirmed their bone structure. The fossils are believed to be over 100 million years old. Scientists have used this discovery to answer questions about the lineage of these ancient fish, a lineage that gave rise to modern-day jawed vertebrates including bony fish and humans. These fish certainly seem prehistoric and are quite the intriguing sight. Number 4. Touitara. A modern-day dinosaur, the Touitara is as close as we get to walking with a prehistoric animal. This incredible living fossil is a reptile native to New Zealand, a place where nature and unique animals thrive. The Touitara resembles most lizards, but is actually very unique, being part of the distinct Sphenodontia lineage. These moderately large lizard-like reptiles are the only surviving members of their lineage, dating back 200 million years, adapting to survive since the Triassic period. With a third parietal eye on the top of its head, visible in juveniles but fading with age, the Touitara seems almost mythical. This mysterious eye is thought to help regulate their circadian rhythms and absorb UV light, a feature not found in most modern reptiles. Tuataras are mostly nocturnal, emerging at night to hunt insects, spiders, and even small birds, moving with a slow, deliberate grace. In the wild, they share burrows with seabirds, forming an unlikely alliance that benefits both species. Their jaws are uniquely structured, allowing them to shear through tough insect exoskeletons with a scissor-like motion. Unlike most reptiles, tuataras can remain active at much lower temperatures, sometimes basking in the sun on chilly days when other reptiles would be sluggish. Their heartbeat is so slow that, in cold weather, it can drop to just a few beats per minute. These ancient creatures have survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the arrival of humans, making them true survivors. Commonly compared with snakes and lizards, the tuatara is of great interest to researchers as they study the evolution of lizards and snakes, reconstructing their appearances and looking into their habitats. These characteristics have also been closely compared to those of birds and crocodiles. The tuatara lives for many years. In fact, it's quite common to see them reach milestones in excess of 100 years. Wonder if they get a letter from the Queen? There are 2 species of tuatara known to scientists in New Zealand. They received their name from the native New Zealand Maori, and it translates to peaks on the back, which relates to the back of the reptile. The tuatara is found across 35 islands, 7 of which are in the Cook Strait between Wellington and the North Island of New Zealand and Nelson at the tip of the South Island. It is estimated that there are 45,500 tuataras living across New Zealand. Number 3. Koala. How could this cute little teddy bear-like creature be considered an incredible living fossil? The koala is apparently just that, a living fossil. The koala is believed to have evolved from the Australian continent during the period when the country began to drift slowly northward, gradually separating from the Antarctic landmass. If this information is accurate, then it's possible that koalas have been inhabiting the Earth for more than 45 million years. Imagine ancient forests echoing with the soft grunts and snores of koalas, long before humans ever set foot in Australia. Their thick, plush fur not only makes them adorable, but also protects them from both the harsh sun and chilly nights high in the treetops. Koalas have a unique fingerprint pattern, almost indistinguishable from that of humans, which has even confused crime scene investigators on rare occasions. Despite their sleepy reputation, koalas can leap surprisingly far between branches when startled or searching for fresh leaves. Their slow metabolism, a result of their eucalyptus diet, means they spend up to 20 hours a day dozing in the crooks of trees. Baby koalas, called joeys, spend their first 6 months tucked safely inside their mother's pouch, emerging only when they're strong enough to cling to her back. The koala's gentle, button-eyed face has made it a symbol of wildlife conservation worldwide. Fossils found so far date back to 25 million years ago. Koalas reach about 18 years of age in the wild. They are arboreal herbivores living in the drier areas of Australia, closely resembling their nearest living relative, the wombat. The koala lives in eucalyptus forests found within southeastern to eastern Australia, feeding off the leaves. Adult koalas eat between 200 to 500 leaves a day. This gives them enough energy to move from tree to tree and raise their young. Koalas were said to be a food source for the indigenous people of Australia. The land remained abundant with koala up until Europeans descended in 1788. Number 2. Goblin Shark. It's no wonder that this unusual-looking fish is classed as a living fossil. It literally looks dead. The goblin shark species was first discovered by deep-sea divers in 1898 off the coast of Japan. When shown to scientists, they knew exactly what type of shark it was, comparing it to fossils found several years prior. With its pale, almost translucent skin and bizarre, flattened snout, the goblin shark looks like something straight out of a nightmare. Its jaw can snap forward in a flash, almost like a slingshot, to catch unsuspecting prey, a trick that has fascinated marine biologists for decades. Some divers have described the eerie sight of a goblin shark emerging from the darkness, its jaws jutting out like a creature from a horror film. Despite their fearsome appearance, goblin sharks are rarely seen by humans, preferring to lurk in the inky blackness of the ocean's depths. Their pinkish hue comes from blood vessels visible beneath their thin skin, giving them a ghostly appearance. Occasionally, one will be caught in a deep-sea fishing net, causing a stir among scientists and fishermen alike. The goblin shark is a rare deep-sea shark. It is the only remaining member of the Mitsucarinidae lineage, which is over 125 million years old. This shark eats a range of fish and has been known to consume other sharks, rays, squid, and smaller crustaceans. It has long, sharp teeth protruding from the front of its mouth, allowing it to rip its prey into bits. These sharks live between 30 and 35 years and can grow to a length of 3 to 6 meters and weigh upwards of 210 kilograms. Now classified as living fossils, the goblin shark is located in Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans but is most commonly found off the coasts of Japan. So if you're planning a deep-sea dive, you may want to avoid that area. It would be pretty unnerving meeting up with the living dead. Number 1. Mantis Shrimp. Mantis shrimp are marine crustaceans and real-life living fossils. They are believed to have been evolving for up to 340 million years. Pretty impressive for a creature that typically grows to just 10 centimeters long. Although small, they are believed to be ruthless when it comes to eating. Their hunting style is so dramatic that aquarists sometimes call them thumb splitters, since a careless hand can get a painful surprise. In fact, the speed of their strike is so fast that it creates tiny bubbles in the water, which collapse with a force that can stun or even kill prey, a phenomenon called cavitation. Some divers have even reported hearing a sharp pop underwater when a mantis shrimp attacks. Their shells are so tough that scientists have studied them for inspiration in designing body armor and sports equipment. Mantis shrimp are also known for their vibrant colors, with some species displaying electric blues, fiery reds, and neon greens, making them look like living jewels on the ocean floor. Despite their ferocity, they perform elaborate dances to attract mates, waving their claws and shimmering in the sunlight. These creatures are not just fighters but also skilled architects, carving out intricate burrows in coral and rock. In some cultures, mantis shrimp are considered a delicacy, prized for their sweet, tender meat. These claws are extremely powerful, given their size. The mantis shrimp enjoys a varied diet of fish, crabs, worms, and shrimp, and will leave and eat its fellow mantis shrimp if necessary. They are related to the Malacostraca family and are important to reef communities, helping to keep them clean. Little is known about the mantis shrimp, whose scientific name is stomatopod. Researchers find them extremely intriguing, comparing their arms and eyes to that of the praying mantis. Their eyes allow them to see polarized lights, which is a complex skill amongst most animals. From turtles and frogs to sharks and even koalas, there are plenty of living fossils still roaming the planet today. Many of them have fascinating traits that echo those of their ancient relatives, which just makes them even more intriguing, don't you think? Be sure to check out our other cool content popping up on your screen right now. See you next time.